Hello, my name is Ryan Collins. I'm a freshman at Indiana University. I am studying English education, and actually, it's my overall goal to teach English as a new language in a foreign country. But, anyways, I'm going to be showing you guys how to add a new lesson or add on an already existing lesson on the Learning Connection so that you can share it with other teachers. So the first thing you're going to do is click on the Add a New Lesson on your dashboard page. And once you click that, you're going to come to this page. And here you can add a title and a description of your lesson. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give this one a title. We'll call it Vocab Lesson 2, and then we'll just say that it's a high school vocab lesson. Nothing too fancy, but when you are adding your own lesson plan, you're going to want to be detailed enough so that the teachers are going to be able to know what exactly your lesson is trying to accomplish. So we've got our title, we've created a description, and now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to search the standards so that we can add a lesson to our standards so that other teachers can know what it is we're trying to cover in this lesson. So once you've named your lesson and detailed your lesson, you're going to want to click on Search Standards. Alright, and you'll pop up to this page. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to select the subject area that you're teaching in. So we'll say, for me, English and Language Arts. Grade level, so if you're an elementary school teacher, you're probably going to want to choose from 1st through 6th, middle school 7th through 9th, and then 10th to 12th grade. But if you're like me, you can't just say English. There's so many different subdivisions in English that you want to go ahead and focus on one or the other. So let's go ahead and focus on high school literature. And then you can add keywords to really help narrow down your search for standards. So we'll type in vocab and search, and it comes up with results, and we have one result for vocabulary for high school literature, and that's Lit Standard 1. Now I could have gone and I could have selected core standards before, and that just would have given me a different list of the core standards. So this is the standard we're going to use. Click select. Now you'll notice that once you click select, you get a negative red sign that says deselect. Well, if you decided that that wasn't the standard you wanted to use, you could always just go back and reverse by selecting deselect and then going ahead and choosing a different standard. So we've got our standard. You'll notice that down below under the selected standards tab, it gives you the standard that you've chosen. If it lines up with the standard you chose above, then I would click done. So now you'll notice that we're back to the original screen, and now under standards you've got the standard that you added. So vocabulary and concept development, we've got our details, and we've got the titles, so we are good to go. The next thing we're going to do is click continue. Now, once you've finished naming your lesson, giving your lesson a description, and attaching standards to your lesson, you can now really create a lesson that is going to have a lot of material that a lot of material teachers are going to use in their own classroom. So one of the things you can do is you can add a student activity. So to do that, under the student activities tool, you can click on add new student activity. And you'll come to a screen that was like the screen when you were originally creating a lesson plan, only this time we're looking at particular student activities. In other words, just different activities within your original lesson plan that help develop your lesson plan. So you can give it a title, you can describe it, and you could of course search standards and add standards to this one too, so we could get even more specific. Though originally we had lesson plan on vocabulary, we could get more specific and talk about maybe root words or Latin derivatives in regards to vocabulary. But we're just going to go ahead and go back. And the next thing we're going to look at is adding a file. So maybe you created, let's say, a PowerPoint presentation or a Microsoft Word document, and you want to add it to the lesson so other teachers can access it. First thing you're going to do is click on the Add New File button, and then you're going to come to this page. And like any other time, like when you're attaching a document to an email, you click on the Browse button for File, and you're going to search for your document on your desktop or your computer. So you'll just look around, and then once you found it, you'll click Open, and that will add the file. And the next thing you're going to do is type in a name for the file, and then you're going to click Save. One of the last things you can add is a bookmark. So let's click on the Add New Bookmark under the Bookmarks section. And here you can add websites, activities on the web that maybe you want your students to do, let's say a web quest or just different sites to help them practice their vocabulary. Then you would just add a bookmark. So under URL, you would type in the URL address, of course, and then under friendly name, just give it a name that would help you recognize it and help other teachers recognize it. Because a lot of times just looking at a URL doesn't really tell us all that much, so it's important that we give it a name so that we can recognize it and remember it, and so that our students and other teachers can recognize it and use it. And once you've done that, you're going to want to click Save there as well. Now, after that, we've edited, done what we need to do, so we are essentially finished. So you've created a lesson, you've added a standard, and now you know how to add things like student activities, files, bookmarks to really enhance that lesson and make it something other teachers might want to use in their own classrooms. So good luck, and thank you for your time.